Welcome to GKey Solutions Private Limited.
SQL Server Database, Real-Time Interview Questions and Answers. Question number 54. How to optimize queries for better performance as a data analyst in SQL Server Database. In this session, we are going to discuss about what are table scan, index seek in SQL Server Database. Coming to the table scan, it reads the entire table row by row to find matching data, whereas index scan reads the entire index to find matching data faster than the table scan. Coming to the index seek, directly navigates to the exact matching rows using the indexed. It is faster than table scan and index scan. Let's see with the example. Coming to the table scan example here, a table scan happens when there is no index to the SQL server find rows quickly. So it reads the entire table. Coming to the table scan example, if no index on department yet, so SQL server will scan entire table. Here we are setting set statistics IO on, select star from employees where department is equal to finance, set statistics IO off. Here we are setting the statistics to see the step-by-step process what happens in the query, and we are selecting the query here and we are set statistics IO off. Coming to the explanation part for this query or table scan, SQL server will read all rows of the employees table and filter those where department is equal to finance. You will see a table scan in execution plan. Now create a non-clustered index. Create index on department column. Create non-clustered index name on employees department. Here, coming to the example of index scan, it runs the same query again after creating the index. We are running the same query again here. We are setting the statistics on and off, and in between we are executing the same query, that is select star from employees where department is equal to finance. Coming to the explanation part after creating the non-clustered index, now SQL server can use the new index, but since department is equal to finance returns multiple rows, SQL server will often scan the entire index, that means index scan. It's still faster than table scan because the index page are smaller than the full table here. Coming to the third part, that is index seek, let's query for a specific value that matches very few rows or just one row. Coming to the index seek example here, we are having set statistics IO on and IO off here, and we are selecting the data like select star from employees where department is equal to IT and employee ID is equal to 3. We are selecting the particular record here. Coming to the explanation part for this index seek is SQL server will seek directly to the exact matching row using the index and the primary key, clustered index seek. This is the most efficient method. Why? Because we are selecting the data on department ID and employee ID 3. We are directly getting into this particular record. Here we can call it as index seek. Let's see these things practically in SSMS. We are in SSMS, that is called SQL Server Management Studio, and we are at demo.GKey database. Let's drop this table if it exists in the database and create the table from the beginning. Here we are creating a table with the employee ID, first name, last name, department, salary. We are not having primary key yet on the table. We are creating a table without a primary key now. Okay, let's execute this query. Table has been created and data, we are inserting 8 rows into the table. And coming to the table scan here, we are just executing this query by having set statistics IO on, select star from employees where department is equal to finance, set statistics IO off. We are just executing this query, and let's see the execution plan. This is how set statistics IO on. It has started the statistics and it has given this kind of an like output here. Here in execution plan we can see the table scan here. Why? Because there are no indexes created, even though primary key is not created on the table. Now we are in table scan. You can see the heading of this slide here, and here also in the query to step 2, query this one, step 1 and step 2 and step 3. If you use the statistics, in this way you are going to get the results. Here we are in table scan right now. Coming to the first part, again we are dropping the table again here, and we are creating a table with a primary key now. That means if you create a primary key on a particular column, it will create a clustered index on the table by default. Table has been created and we are inserting the same data again. The data also has been inserted. Now see the statistics and run the same query, like select star from employees where department is equal to finance. Let's see the execution plan now. See, the execution plan now is clustered index seek. That is, now we are in index seek position. Now the column based on this primary key column like employee ID, the query is going to execute. Instead of scanning all the data in the table, it is going to scan only the clustered index column, and it will fetch the desired output, that we required output that we are written in the query. And if you want to create another indexes like non-clustered index or something like that, once we create a clustered index, then we can go and create other indexes like this. We have created the non-clustered index here, and if you see the statistics again, you will see the clustered index seek. That means index seek we can see here. And coming to the clustered, not clustered index seek, clustered index scan. Why? Because still now we are at a clustered index scan only. Coming to the index seek, if you want to have the index seek, you have to go to the, now we have created a non-clustered index on which column? Department column, and we are getting into the particular record, that is employee ID 3. In this scenario, if you execute this query, that we have to see the index seek here. Why? Because we are particularly going to the particular record. We are not filtering only the IT here, we are filtering on the employee ID 3 as well. Let's execute this query and see the execution plan here. Now we are clustered index seek. That means we are in clustered index seek. Without any index on a table, if you query anything, you will see the table scan. And once you created any clustered or non-clustered index, first we have to create the clustered index only, then we have to create the non-clustered index. Why? Because without a clustered index, if you create any non-clustered index, it will treat it as a heap. That's why we have to create the clustered index first. Then you are creating a non-clustered index on department, and then it will just when you execute this query with the department is equal to finance, which is having non-clustered index, then you will see the index scan. Now the first one is index like table scan, second one is index scan, and third one would be we are having non-clustered index on department, and particularly we are fetching this employee ID 3 as well. In this scenario, we are going to a particular record, then it is called index seek. Here, coming to the execution like performance, table scan is very slower. Why? Because it has to scan all the data in the table. And coming to the index scan, here it will also scan all the columns in the particular index. Coming to the index seek, it will just get in the particular record where we mentioned the where condition, that is department is equal to IT and employee ID is equal to 3. Compared to the comparing the performance things, index seek is faster than index scan, and index scan is faster than a table scan. This is how we have a table scan, index scan, and index seek. And based on the requirement, we go and create different indexes on the table based on our requirement. For practical purposes, we are going to put this scripts in the description part. You can download and use them for your practical purposes. Thank you. Stay connected with GKey IT Solutions on all your favorite platforms. Follow us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and press the bell icon to stay updated. with all our latest content. Join the GKey community and grow your IT career with us.